Hello everybody, welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to do the Tunisian Chevron ripple stitch. It is way easier than it looks, and it creates this lovely textured pattern like most Tunisian crochet does, but this I fell in love with this, and I actually like this a lot more than I like other methods of doing the chevron stitch. So without further ado, I'm going to jump into this tutorial. If you are curious about this pattern, these ear warmers, stick around to the end and I will talk to you guys about it a little bit more at the end of the video. Alright, so to work this stitch, what we're going to do is start off with a slip knot. I will be using my gray color again today. I've been in love with gray lately, forgive me. Alright, and what we want to do is we want to chain in multiples of 14 and then add an additional one at the end. So I'm going to chain, for the sake of today's tutorial, 29 stitches. 5, 6, 7, 27, 28, and 29. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cast on all 29 of these stitches. You should have 29 loops on your hook when you get done, and I will meet you guys back once I have cast on those stitches. Alright, and so once you have cast on all 29 of your stitches, what you're going to do is do a regular returning pass. So I will also meet you guys back when I get done with that. As normal with a returning pass, you chain one at the end and then you yarn over and pull through two to the end. Alright, so now that we have done our first row and return pass, what we're going to do is yarn over, and we're going to work into that second vertical bar of our row. We never worked into the first one. We're just going to work a Tunisian simple stitch. And this causes us to have 3 loops on our hook. Alright, now what we're going to do is work a regular Tunisian simple stitch in the next 4 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to do something called 3 stitches together. So what we're going to do is insert our hook under the next 3 stitches, and then we are going to yarn over and pull up a loop as though we were working a simple stitch. Alright, and this might look a little familiar to you if you followed my mitered square tutorial a couple weeks ago. Alright, so now what we want to do is do 5 more Tunisian crochet, or Tunisian simple stitch rather. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, now we're going to do what's called make one. So make one is literally just creating a stitch out of nowhere. So we're going to look at this vertical bar we just worked in and the next stitch, and we're not going to work into either of those. We're going to just insert our hook between there in that space, and we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Alright, now what we're going to do is work a Tunisian simple stitch into that next vertical bar. And now we're going to make another 1 stitch. So we're going to work between that stitch we just worked into and the next set of vertical bars. We're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Alright, now what we're going to do is do 4 more Tunisian crochet, just regular Tunisian crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do a 5th one. Alright, now we're going to work 3 Tunisian simple stitches together again. So inserting your hook underneath 3 of those vertical bars, yarn over, pull up a loop. Alright, now what we're going to do is work a Tunisian simple stitch in the next 5 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, Alright, now that we've done that fifth one, what we're going to do is yarn over, and we're going to work into our end stitch as normal under both of those side loops. We're going to pull up that loop. Alright, and this is what row 1 looks like. It's going to curl on you. I'm sorry. It can be remedied by blocking. Alright, now we're going to work a return pass as normal, and I'll meet you guys back when we're ready for row 2 of our pattern. Alright, and pulling through those last 2. And now we're ready for our next fun row of Tunisian chevron. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to yarn over, and we're going to work into that loop that we made in the previous row. So if you'll notice, we have this little additional loop. It might be hidden, so you might have to pull apart that first and third vertical bar of this row. And we're going to insert our hook right in there, and we're going to work a Tunisian simple stitch. Alright, and now we are going to work 4 Tunisian simple stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, and now that we've worked our 4 stitches, we're going to work our 3 Tunisian simple stitches together, or 3 TOG. And we're going to insert our hook under those next 3 vertical bars, and we are going to yarn over and just pull up 1 single loop. Alright, now we need to work back up to our next peak. We just created a valley, so we want to work up to our next peak. And we're going to insert our hook. We're going to make 5 Tunisian simple stitches going up to this peak. So there's 2, 3, 4, and 5. After we make that 5th Tunisian simple stitch, we are going to look at this, and we are going to work between that stitch we just worked into and the next stitch, like between there, and we're going to make 1. So that's inserting your hook in that space there. I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop. Alright, now we're going to work into that stitch, that next actual vertical bar with a Tunisian simple stitch, just like that. And I always pull mine up just a little bit bigger than I need to in the center. It just looks better to me over time. Alright, and then after that we are going to make another one. So we're going to insert our hook in that space, yarn over and pull up a loop, creating an extra stitch. And now we are going to work 5 Tunisian simple stitches down to our next valley. Alright, now we're going to insert our hook under those next 3 stitches, yarn over, pull up a loop, alright, and now we are going to work 5 simple stitches. 1, 2, there's 3, there's 4, and the last one, that 5th stitch that you're going to work into actually comes from the yarn over from the previous row, so it might take a little bit of searching to find that. And we are going to work that 5th simple stitch in there. And now we are going to yarn over, and we are going to insert our hook into that final stitch of this row. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And now we're going to do our return pass. So this, you can already see very early on in this pattern the peaks and valleys that begin to form, especially if you uncurl it. So what I'm going to do is work up a few more rows so you can see the pattern a little bit more, and I'll meet you guys back when I get to that point. Alright, I worked up a couple more rows in my gray color. So now I want to show you guys how to connect new yarn when you get ready to do so, or if you're ready to do so. This pattern can be worked in a solid color if you should so please to do so. Alright, so what you want to do is just make a loop. I like to leave a decent amount of tail, or you can just do a slip knot, doesn't matter. I like to do a loop, and I just pull it through those last 2 stitches from my returning pass, and I cinch it, and that secures it, and I start crocheting with my regular pattern with my color B. And you'd continue to work alternatively with your color A, your color B, until you reach your desired length of your project. So for example, this lovely ear warmer pattern that I came up with while working this pattern for the tutorial, I decided to use this as a form of practice, but it's very cozy, and I'll probably pop a picture up to the side to model this off. If you're interested in making up some of these, the holiday season is upon us. The free pattern will be over on my Ko-fi blog, so you guys can head over and check that out. I will be sure to leave it linked in the description box below. So thanks for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. If so, don't forget to leave this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on awesome weekly content like this. I typically post Tunisian crochet and Tunisian crochet technique tutorials on Tuesdays at 9:30 a.m. CST. Also, don't forget to check out my other social media if you want to keep on top of my current projects, pattern announcements, blog announcements, and the like for Infiniti Crafting Co. I'm very active on Instagram. Not gonna lie, Instagram is my main spot. But yeah, and if you want to support the channel, again, you can head over to my Ko-fi blog, or you can check out my Etsy pattern store, my Teespring shop, and I think that's it. Alright, and until next time guys, happy making.